It's the Teaching Your Toddler Mother's Day show. Thank you so much for joining us for today's show. It's all about Mother's Day. Mother's Day is a really special day, of course, so we're going to take some time and learn how to make a handprint wreath for Mom, learn some sign language for Mommy, I love you, and some other words, make a yummy flower snack, learn a super relaxing yoga pose that I think you guys will really love. So let's go with today's show.
Welcome to the Teaching Your Toddler show with Marijo Tinlin. Each show we talk about fun activities to do with your little one, including a craft, a letter of the week, Spanish words, songs, games, and even a snack for each weekly theme. Here is your hostess, Marijo Tinlin.
The current version of Mother's Day started first in England, where the servants were allowed to go home to see their mothers one day a week, called Mothering Day. In the United States, where then the United States started it, a woman called Anna Jarvis. She persevered until Congress declared one official day in 1915. So it was only one day of the whole year versus once a week, but we'll take it. It's okay. The letter of the week is M, of course, for mother. Point out things that start with M, like mommy, milk, mirror. Show your child a picture of a capital M and a lowercase m. Draw M on a piece of paper, or use your child's finger to draw M in like the sandbox or in the dirt or in the bathtub, bubbles or whatever. You can use refrigerator letters as well. Another thing I have started to suggest is you might want to also teach them the cursive versions of all of these letters. Even though they are little people, most schools aren't teaching cursive anymore. There are a couple of states that are requiring it now because it is so good for the brain, and it really is one of those awesome skills to learn for children, but they don't teach it in most grade schools anymore. So it would be great to teach your child that. The number of the week is 5. When you show your child anything, say 5 balls or whatever you're counting, because you're starting to develop those patterns in their brain, it's the beginning of math. Show them 5 things at a time. Count to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 so that they get that pattern. They understand 1, 2 follows 1, 3 follows 2, etc. It's really, really good for them to just hear that from you. The song of the week is a link that I have on to different Mother's Day songs, and it's not really songs, it's almost more like poems, but they're kind of fun, and they have some interesting lyrics that you might think are special. They might be a little advanced for your child, but if you sing them to them, they'll love to hear you sing. The story of the week is Mary Engelbrecht's Mary Mother Goose. And I don't know if you know who Mary Engelbrecht is, but she is an amazing artist and illustrator. And so those are just beautiful illustrations. So I put the link to that in the show notes. Also, I put in a book called Mommy Hugs, which is absolutely adorable. It's by Anne Gutman, and it's, what's cuter than elephants hugging? Oh my gosh. It's a little board book that I think you guys will enjoy. So again, if you can't find those for yourself, you can find them at the library, or you can pick them up on Amazon if you feel like you'd like to do that. The snack of the week is a link to all kinds of food you can make into different flours. And there are some super cute ideas there that you may or may not be able to do with your child, but they'll be fun to at least try. I mean, my very favorite is the bacon roses, which, how much better than that does it get? Even if you don't like bacon, use turkey bacon. But they also have like the little Babel cheeses that you cut in, and they look like tulips. So you'd have to be careful and make sure that whatever you do with your child, you're doing it at an appropriate level. And you can pick things that are sweet, but you can also pick things that are made with vegetables so that they can be a little bit more healthy. So I hope that helps. Then we have the Spanish words of the week. Mother is madre. Child is el niño or la niña, if it's a boy or a girl. I love you is te amo. And then I have suggested this before, but the 123 Teach Me website is a great resource for Spanish. Any kind of Spanish activities for kids, a verb conjugator, pronunciations, all kinds of stuff. So if you don't speak Spanish or you've never learned Spanish, it can be a good way to still teach your child a little bit of some different languages. The do it myself this week is set the table. So, of course, you're never going to give your child the fine china, but you can give them their plate, you can give them their cup, you can give them maybe a simple bowl of grapes or something that you are okay with. If that falls, it's not going to be a big deal. Just make sure that you're helping them help out. One of the things that we do sometimes that we enable them, or we do too much stuff for them. And if you really want to build independence and confidence in your child, you're going to teach them how to do it themselves. So give them a little bit of an opportunity to help out. If they're tall enough to reach the table, if they're not, you could put a little stool there next to the table so that they could put things up there if they want. And it would be a great way for them to contribute to the dinner. And they're going to help. They're going to want to help anyway because mom doesn't have to cook on Mother's Day, right? The activity of the week is, I'm just such a sucker for handprints because when my children were small, I just loved anything that had their handprint. So this is a handprint wreath that we're going to make this week. And basically it's just, 6, 8, whatever copies of their handprint. And you could make a trace of it and then use it as a pattern and cut it out. And then make a wreath with their handprints. You could make this for for grandmothers, for aunts and uncles, or for anyone who's a mom. This is a great way to memorialize small hands and a time that goes by way, way, way too fast. So, I hope that you will check that out. The yoga pose of the week is easy to describe actually in a podcast for once. It's legs up the wall, which basically just means you are sitting at the edge of the wall with your legs up the wall and relaxing. I actually do this pose every morning, and I do it for a specific reason. I actually do it for lymphatic drainage because we sit so much, maybe not as moms of toddlers, but many people sit too much, and we don't get our lymphatic system moving in our bodies, which is really, really, really bad for fighting disease, fighting inflammation, boosting your immune system. So anything you can do to get that lymph system moving. And I actually have several poses and stretches that I do every morning. If you're interested in hearing what those are, please send me an email at Marijo, Marijo, at marijotinlin.com, which is marijotinlin.com. And would be happy to show you and tell you about these poses. Maybe I should take pictures too. So I can post that because they're so important. So check out that link. And then the final part of the show is the sign language, signs of the week, which again are always really hard in a podcast. So you will have to check out the show notes for that. But you can find out how to say mommy, love, I love you, and mother in sign language. So check that out. And again, if your child is pre-verbal or you just want to teach them some sign language, I hope you'll consider this. Sign language for pre-verbal children is so good because it allows them to communicate with you without having to speak. And it really cuts down on their frustration. It also helps build their language skills even better. So I hope you'll check that out. That is our show for today. Remember to give your child a hug. Tell him or her that you love them. Have a wonderful week. I hope that they give you big hugs and kisses for being a wonderful mom and mommy. And happy Mother's Day to every mother that's out there listening. You guys do the most important job of the world. It's raising our future. So thank you again. I hope you like this show. Please find us on Facebook or Twitter. And also, please leave us a rating on iTunes if you enjoy the show. Tell your friends about it as well. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful, wonderful week.
Thank you for joining us for the Teaching Your Toddler Show with Marijo Tinlin. We hope you had some fun and you got some great ideas for the week. Please subscribe to the podcast, like us on Facebook, and visit the website for all the links we discussed at www.teachingyourtoddler.com. This has been the Teaching Your Toddler Show with Marijo Tinlin. Until next time, keep teaching.